It's week one for KSR's Pick 3 Gambling Show as Nick Roush, Adam Luckett, and I give our three best bets in college football for each weekend. Last week in week 0, the three of us had 2-1 records against the spread. That's a push across the board for us in our head-to-head, meaning we were all in the green for the season kickoff, and we're going to see if we can stay green moving forward with more winners for your bankroll. Before we get to those picks, a special shout out to our friends at MyBookie for sponsoring the 2022 edition of the Pick 3. If you're a seasoned bettor or a first-timer, MyBookie will get you the most money with a double deposit bonus up to $1,000. Just use promo code KSR at registration to claim your bonus and to get started. Now for these week 1 Pick 3 picks. Roush, you and I had the same 3 picks a week ago. I can assure you we will not copycat league this again, but I'm still going to let you get started. Why don't you lead us off with your first of the day?
My first pick is an unusual one because I'm normally not going to the West Coast this early, but it's a principal play. Part of the reason why, part of the method to my madness, I like SP Plus, but the ESPN projection, Vegas has picked up on it. You usually don't see a lot of variance between the line and the Vegas pick. This week, San Diego State is a 6-point favorite over Arizona. SP Plus has this as a 16-point San Diego State win. The projections, they bake in a lot of last year's numbers, and there's been some changes on that San Diego State team that went 12-2 last year, but they were 12-2. Arizona was 2-10, or it might have even been 1-11. Give me San Diego State and the points late out on the West Coast.
Love it. Luckett, what you got?
San Diego State also breaking in a new stadium there, Nick. So there's going to be a lot of buzz out there in whatever county that is in Los Angeles or in California. Start us off here. We're going to go to Boone, North Carolina, home of Luke Combs, Scott Satterfield. This is – I might be taking the bait here, but I'm going to chomp on it hard. This line is about 6 points too short. North Carolina -1 at App State. North Carolina, they have defensive issues, but people overreacted. They still scored 52 points and gobbled up a bunch of yards. Drake May looks good at quarterback. I don't see it. So I'm taking the Heels here. App State lost all 3 of their receivers last year, so they're going to have some rust coming out against maybe an iffy North Carolina defense. Where North Carolina got those first game jitters out, they're going to be more ready to play. I think they're going to have that motivation. Mac Brown's telling them all about that this week, what the line is. So give me the Heels going on the road, -1. I think they win comfortably here.
I like that pick as well. We were talking earlier. I like 25 things, and to narrow it down to 3 is so hard. I feel like I might go 0-3 here, but good overall because I like so much. And I'm going to start with one I'm actually not real confident in because it's such a big game. I added it to my list. I am going to take the Ducks against Georgia. I don't love it. This could end up being a blowout, but 4th time is a charm for Bo Nix in the Deep South's oldest rivalry, even though he is at a different school now. There's just so many dang unknowns with Georgia losing the entire defense pretty much. I know they're the reigning national championship, but 17 is a big number. Already got that one in before it moves any closer. So I'm going to go with Oregon here, and I will probably regret it, but that's my first of our pick 3.
I kind of like the under there. That feels like a sloppy, good defensive game. Betting Georgia to go over is never a good idea. So I kind of like that one if I'm going to play that game. I do like one of Luckett's line of thoughts earlier for my second pick, and that's the week 0 bump. I'm a big believer. That's why I'm going to take the Tops in an unofficial pick out in Hawaii. I'm just going to blindly bet them to cover a huge number and hope that it ends up popping. But the other one, Illinois beat Wyoming. Now they're traveling to Bloomington. They're getting points on the road. Indiana, do you know the last time that they covered the spread against a Power 5 team? Yeah, they did it once last year. That was just against an FBS school. They've lost 11 straight Power 5 games if you include Cincinnati. Indiana is garbage. Fade the Hoosiers. Give me Illinois +2. And you know what? I'm probably going to alt-line it. I'm probably going to take Illinois -2. Just give me all the juice. Indiana stinks. Fade the Hoosiers. Win money.
I apologize for all these awkward views. I'm producing while hosting here with you all. As you all know, we had a little producer issue, so I'm doing double duty. Forgive me if it gets weird and zooms in on the wrong person. But I like
doing great,
there,
Drew.
Nick.
You're doing great.
Throw it over to me as I step up here on the tee box. But small favorites playing away from home are kind of a trend for me this week. Second play is going to be Houston traveling to UTSA. They're laying 4. It's a small number on the road. I just think Houston's a better team. At first game, they're going to be ready to play this. Houston's got the better quarterback. Clayton Tune's a pro prospect. They got the better receiver. Dana Holgerson's obviously been seasoned, and they got a good defensive coordinator there in Doug Belk. So give me the Cougars on the road, and what could be a pretty fun game in the 3:30 slot. But I'm going to lay the 4 points and trust Houston there with their potential pro quarterback to get the cover and the win.
I couldn't resist all this beautiful football we have coming up in just a few hours here on a Thursday night. As much as I loved everything on the Saturday slate, I just had to get what's in front of us, and I'm starting with the backyard brawl. Mm-hmm. Everybody's talking about quarterback this, quarterback that, USC quarterback. I'm thinking it's all defense, and I want the under 51 in the backyard brawl.
I love it.
Too much talk of QBs. They're going to run the ball. Neil Brown loaded up in the transfer portal with defenders. I think this might be a low-scoring affair, so I'm going the first under of the pick 3 season, I think, in tonight's game between West Virginia and Pitt.
Do you hear that? Oh, look, it's my friend. The underdog.
I was going to ask if that was Duke.
He's howling. This is little dog. He's the underdog, and he is barking so loud up in West Lafayette tonight. He cannot wait to watch the Purdue Boilermakers hammer down against those good-for-nothing Penn State Nittany Lions. This game checks so many boxes for me, so many boxes. I absolutely love it, not just so I can have little dog come out here and bark for you all. Purdue, the home dog under the lights on national TV against James Franklin. That's just everything I want. All right. Penn State, they're 11-11 in the last 2 years. They stink. They're not as good as you think they are. All right. Going back to 2018, Jeff Brom 8-3 against the spread as a home dog. Take it to the bank. Aiden O'Connell's back. I don't care if Carl Loftus and Bell are gone. This is the spot for Ross-Ade Stadium to erupt. Give me the Boilermakers.
That was beautiful, Roush. I've said this on our other shows. The best thing about us adding YouTube is you with your props and your hand gestures, and where you dig in after Stoops' press conference on Monday. You're the star of the KSR YouTube channel.
I love it, and I would get a hammer, but my son's asleep in the other room because give me the Boilers.
I forgot whose turn it is, Drew. Whose turn is it?
It's you. Have at it. Actually, you know what? I'll butt in here right now. Just to put it in Roush's face, last week we had all the same picks. I can't do it again this week. I'm going against you tonight in my second Thursday night game. And really, I could list how good Penn State's defense is and how one-dimensional Purdue is, but this is strictly a shot at you after we had the exact same 3 picks a week ago. We can't tie again. So one of us has to win this one. Give me Penn State against your family, and you put that little cat outside.
I just can't wait until we start hearing Penn State people tweeting about Drew Ollar halfway through the first half because Sean Clifford's just going to be throwing darts right into the numbers of the Purdue defense. It's going to be beautiful. Can't wait, Drew. Can't wait to take your money.
Love a good pick 3 head-to-head fight. I will not be dabbling in West Lafayette. Instead, I'm going to my favorite game of the year no matter what teams are playing. The Sunday night college football experience on Labor Day is usually a blast. And I'm riding with the fighting Brian Kelly's here. LSU versus Florida State in the Dome in New Orleans. LSU fans are there deleting Bud Lights right now on Bourbon Street. It's going to be a wild atmosphere. Brian Kelly has won 40 games in a row as a favorite.
That's crazy.
40 in a row.
Pretty good. That's crazy.
He's got familiarity with Florida State. They beat Florida State in an opener last year. And when in doubt, just throw it up there. Keyshawn Butte's out there somewhere. So anytime they get in trouble, they can throw it to Butte on the outside. I feel good with LSU. Better roster, better coach. And they've got the home crowd behind them. So we're taking Thor's hammer here out of the book from Roush, and we're hammering the Bayou Bengals.
I know we're only allowed 3 picks here, but I love that one. I love it so much. It was in my pick 3 until I realized I had to go against Roush. I switched it out for Penn State, but I'm with you, Luckett. I love that game, especially being pretty much a home game.
Oh, man. It's going to be a great weekend of college football. I love it so much that I couldn't just pick 3. So I picked a few 3-team parlays for our pick 3 audience. Of course, I've got the underdogs howling, Purdue money line, Illinois money line, and West Virginia plus the points. You can get that at plus 862. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid there. I'm worried about West Virginia winning outright, so just give me a touchdown to be able to cover that spread. This one's fun. This is the Mad Men parlay. Coaches are pissed off, right? Chip Kelly has heard all offseason about how great USC is. He's going to put up 60 points in the opener, right? Ole Miss. People forget about John Summerall pulling out the rug from Lane Kiffin back in his first signing class at Kentucky. I don't think Lane forgets that. I think he's going to run up the score against Summerall in that first game. Sorry, Summerall. I'm a big fan, but I worry about the Troy Trojans down there. And then Mississippi State, they're huge favorites, but we all remember that game last year. That was a disaster. So give me the big favorites, 6-1 parlay on the Mad Men. We're rolling the dice, baby. That's why it's called gambling. We're taking some gambles here.
You want to talk about running up the score? Luckett and I didn't know in the rules we could just add parlays to the end of the show. I mean, I typed these out for you, but we didn't know this was a thing we could do. We got to get some official rules moving forward here, guys.
Well,
This ain't race 5 at Pimlico, Nick. We just can't just let's fire off a wheel right here. We have rules and regulations. At least let us know that's what we're doing here. We just thought we had a bankroll for 3 picks. I didn't know I was allowed to go get exotics. If I'm getting exotics, I might as well get a box parlay here. Georgia State money line and Syracuse money line. Why not? Fade the hype parlay.
Yeah, I want some Kentucky team total. There's all kinds of stuff I'd like to add if we're just getting crazy, but we have to have some structure here, Nick.
I'm driving across the river for that Kentucky team total, but best believe that.
I'll Venmo you.
Which, by the way, Kentucky Downs opening day today. So,
congratulations!
Sprinkle on the ponies.
Well, boys, it was fun doing it again with our pick 3. Roush making it a pick 20 there, but hopefully you all enjoyed our content. It sounds like this will be KSR's only gambling content this year. Everyone that's asked me about free money every 2 minutes of my day the last 3 weeks, not looking good. So stick around with us here on the pick 3. Be sure to hit subscribe on the YouTube button if you haven't done that already, and be sure to check out MyBookie if you need a place to gamble without crossing the river, and use promo code KSR for that double dip on your deposit. Guys, good luck, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully we're all still in the green.
Hammer the Tigers.